Congrats, guys. You are almost at the end of the atomic structure unit. Well, to be honest with you, you're at the end of the atomic structure, but now we're getting into the periodic table after this objective. This objective is honestly mostly review. So for a lot of you, this will probably be a fast objective. It probably won't take you as many days as I allotted, but what we're talking about here is the characteristics and components of elements. Try to say that 5 times fast. All right. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to figure out the atomic number, mass number, charge, and identity of an element. And we're going to determine that through lists of protons, neutrons, electrons, or we could do it through Bohr models of atoms, ions, or isotopes, or even an isotopic or ionic symbol. All right. So a lot of you, honestly, if you don't need to see these 5 examples, you read that and you're like, I got this, move on. You can either go straight to the performance task, which is in the assessments folder. That's where your understanding or your grade's going to come from through this objective, or you can go to the practice folder and you can do some extra practice. But I'm going to run down 5 examples for you really quick. All right, so the first example is I look at it, the protons, neutrons, and electrons. And when I do this, my atomic number is the same as my protons. So my atomic number is 20. My mass number comes from my nucleus, and my 2 subatomic particles that are in my nucleus are protons and neutrons. So my mass number is 40. My charge comes from my protons, which are positive, and I have a positive 20, and electrons, which are negative, which means I have negative 18. So the difference there is positive 2. And the identity of this element is calcium. Now, before we move on, just really quick, if I look at calcium on the periodic table, if you have a periodic table, you can do that. The atomic mass is 40.08. So that means this specific isotope of calcium is the most common, going back and kind of reviewing that idea back from the isotope objective. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Atomic number here is 14. That's my protons. My mass number is 29 from my protons and neutrons. My charge, well, I have 14 protons, and if I count here, I have 2, 8, and 4. So I also have 14 electrons. So my charge here is neutral. Sorry, I cannot spell. And the identity here is, if we have 14, this is silicon. Now, again, if I go back to my periodic table, the mass number here is 29. But on the periodic table, the element that's represented there is 28.09. That's the mass number. So this isotope is not the most common because it doesn't match up with the one that's on the periodic table. All right, let's look at number 3. So example number 3, again, we have a Bohr model. This one, atomic number is 12. Mass number is 13. Oops, sorry, not 13. It's 25. My charge here, if I have 12 protons, I then look at my electrons and I only have 10. So again, I have a +2 charge. And the element for this one, if I look at my atomic number, the identity is magnesium. And if I look at magnesium, the atomic mass is 24.31. That mass number does not match up with this one that we have in front of us. So therefore, again, this one, in example 3, this Bohr is not the most common isotope as well. All right, number 4, I told you we're going quick. The atomic number here, I can't get that from this diagram. Like, it doesn't give me that number. However, if I find arsenic, which is As, on the periodic table, I should find that the atomic number is 33. My mass number for arsenic, again, I can't find that on this actual diagram, but assuming, and when you have a diagram like this, you can assume it's the most common isotope, and arsenic's atomic mass is 74.92, so 75 would be my mass number. My charge is easy here. They give it to me. It's -3, and I already mentioned to you that I had to do some hunting at first, but this is arsenic. All right, last example. All right, the atomic number here is your number at the bottom, okay? Your atomic number is 35. My mass number is 80. That's the number at the top above the 35. My charge here, again, this is given to me in this isotopic symbol. So this is not only an isotopic symbol, but it also has an ionic charge here. So it's a special one. It is a -1. And then the identity of this element is bromine. And once again, looking at bromine, the mass number, well, the atomic mass of bromine on my periodic table is 79.90. So the mass number for my most common isotope is 80, which means this is my most common isotope. All right, so now you've seen 5 examples. You can go on and do some practice, but if you feel comfortable, you feel like you got it, you can go right on to your performance task. Your performance task, you can work together. That will be explained on there, but it is going to be where your assessment comes from or your grade comes from this. All right, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.